Hello, today is Wednesday, August 3rd, 2022. My name is Daniel Mullaney and I'm filming a video source inspection for SciTech Process Solutions. Today we're going to be viewing a ST-260 tabletop spin rinse dryer. I'll go ahead and get the process started and then discuss the system as we go. Our customer is located here in the United States and their PO number is 305583. Okay, so in this case, our customer has a custom designed rotor with lower retaining bars, so we don't actually have substrates to run in this circumstance, so we'll just be running this cassette empty. Okay, so in this case we are doing a repair service for our customer. So our customer had a spin rinse dryer that was having issues with drying. We provided some troubleshooting advice to figure out what was going on in the field. In the field, we were unable to determine really what the root cause of the issue with the spin rinse dryer was, so they opted to send it in for service. While in here, we tested out their controller, their system. We repaired and replaced a variety of components in order to allow the system to heat, and now we have success and the system is running again properly. So by swapping out components in the controller, the N2 heater, the pressure switches that are interlocks, by knocking all those components out, which are all pretty cost effective, the system is now running back to normal. So our demonstration video today is just to show that the system is now operating as expected, is drying what's in the chamber, and is ready to be shipped back to our end user here in the United States. Alright, so taking a look at it, we are now in our dry 1, which is a higher RPM setting. It's got 90 seconds and it's running just under 2,000 RPM. So it's running great. The system's also running very smooth because this was a new rotor that we actually built for them about a year ago. And coming back to inspect the tool back here, everything is running as normal. System's running smooth as I mentioned. I don't see any leaks associated with the drain or the N2. And taking a look inside the actual chamber itself, everything's holding sturdy and no issues with the functionality of the system. So now what we're going to do is we're going to be finishing up with our dry 1 setting, and we're going to be moving into dry 2. So now we have just over 3 minutes of dry time in dry 2. Here we're going to ramp down to a lower RPM, typically around 500 or 600, and we're going to spin here for a longer time. Essentially, the dry 1 slung the majority of the water off, and now dry 2 is going to let the heating element finish the dry for a nice uniform dry on the cassette, and when it's returned, the substrates that will be loaded into the cassette. So, as I mentioned, this system was sent in for just a repair service. We also offer a variety of other services to our customers as they need. Our most popular one would be our refurbishment service. During our refurbishment service, we're going to take your spin rinse dryer and we're going to completely disassemble it and break it down to the component level in order to be rebuilt to like new condition. While doing so, we're going to chemically clean and electropolish all metal parts, rebuild the motor, valves, and upright piston, replace a variety of parts automatically, such as the heaters, the seals, tubing, the window. Basically any part that could be considered a consumable, including the filter, will be automatically replaced as well. Once we have all those parts prepped, we're going to build the system up to just the chamber itself. So there'll be no poly on the outside. It'll just be the base plate along with the bowl, valves, motor, but just exposed. From there, we're going to go through our first level of what we call dry testing in order to ensure that the system is electrically sound, spaced properly, and works properly with nitrogen hooked up to it. From there, we're going to move it into our final test area, which is where we are now, and we're going to go through what we call wet testing. Essentially, it's similar to the dry test, but we're going to hook up DI water this time, make sure there's no leaks, make sure that all the flow rates are appropriate, and really just ensure that the system is ready to be installed into poly, which would really be our final configuration. So once we finish wet test, as you can imagine, we go into the poly, as I just said, to get into our final configuration. And in this case, this is a tabletop ST-260 system. So again, this system wasn't fully refurbished to go through that entire process. However, it would look similar to a system like this after we go through it, really in a like new looking condition and ready to be run in your fab. And when you do that type of service for us, we back all of our work with our SciTech 1-year warranty guarantee. So if anything does happen in that first year, we're going to cover you automatically because we stand by the work that we do. Okay. Got a little over a minute left here, so I'll take a minute to talk about some of the other spares and services that we offer for the system. So as you can imagine, if we're able to do these full remanufacturings of the spin rinse dryer, we're also capable of providing spare parts for your system. So if you have equipment in the field that is down for any given part, whether you have a cracked window, a failed door seal, a pressure switch that's gone bad, a valve that's leaking, an upright piston that's not extending properly, or anything else on your system, we have all those parts here available. You can give us a call, provide some part numbers, descriptions, and or some photos, and we can provide that quotation for you. Not only that, but if you place a PO with us immediately, we're able to get your parts out that same day free of charge. Just choose overnight shipping and we'll get it to you immediately. We also have a variety of other minor services. So we consider the refurb a major service, but a minor service might be something like rebalancing your rotor if it's vibrating too much, rebuilding your controller if it's having a glitch or an issue, or rebuilding your motor if it's having trouble spinning. So simply pull that part from your system, send it in to us, and we'll provide that repair and return that item back to you within anywhere from a few days to a few weeks. It's a great way to keep your systems up and running and healthy. Okay, so now we've finished this run and we're ramping down. I can look inside the system and I see just a couple drops of water, which makes sense. I'm expecting that when I pull this out, the cassette will be nice and warm and dry to the touch. However, first we have to wait for the upright piston to extend. There's an automatic 60-second timer from the end of the cycle. It's just happened. The door seal is now released. Well, there we go. What happened was on that one is I pulled it open a little too fast. On these ones where it has the timer, as I mentioned, it just released. You have to allow time for the door seal to deflate right there. So it's tugging a second, but now as you can see, it opens and closes properly. Okay, the cassette is dry, warm to the touch. And as I mentioned, this controller was sent in for drying and heater issues. And putting my hand inside the chamber, I can feel quite warm air blowing across it right now. So this system has been properly fixed here by SciTech. If you'd like to learn more about our products and service, please visit other videos on our YouTube channel or visit our website at www.scitechprocess.com or give us a call at 916-797-9000 and to reach me directly, dial extension 2201. Thanks again. Hope you have a great day.